Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters, healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment. Independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
Start or just a moving start. Our show is devoted to looking at the bright side of aging, and one of the bright side of aging is that if you get up in the morning and you can stand up in a vertical position, that is a great day. I am always fascinated by so many people who, as soon as they get an ache or a pain, they think life is coming to an ending. And the truth is that you are going to develop aches and pains as you age, but that it's not devastating. It's just a signal that parts of your anatomy ain't what it used to be. And we have a lot of fun getting together as human being to human being the second Wednesday of each month from 11 a.m. to 12. Second Wednesday of each month, 11 a.m. to 12 noon, we have what we call a new friends group. And one of the most sad parts about aging is that you indeed lose friends. But on the positive side, does not prevent you from making new friends. And that's what we do at the Caustic Senior Center, 26500 West 11 Mile Road. It's just east of Middlebelt in the Caustic Senior Center. Fantastic setup. They got swimming pool and pickleball and all kinds of bingo games, and it's just a fun place to be. And the wonderful thing about it is that every day they serve lunch from 12 o'clock to 12:20 for, get this now, for only $3.50 a lunch. How in the world can you beat that? And they have phenomenal lunches. In fact, they're so phenomenal that I started we like to call it a new friends group, the second Wednesday of each month, where you actually get a chance to kibitz, as we call it, meet new friends, and we have a door prize drawing of a free lunch there. So you can have the best of all worlds, meet new people, and also enjoy great food and have an opportunity to really enjoy the bright side of aging. And I wanted to stress something on our sponsors. I don't really accentuate that, for those people who've listened to our program over the years, remember a legend in radio of a fellow by the name of Bob Allison. Bob Allison was just a wonderful, wonderful guy. He was a Rotarian, so am I, and also I'm a member of the Optimist Club, which is another suggestion that you might want to consider. Please be my guest. If you're in the West Bloomfield area, I'll buy you either a free lunch or a free breakfast, depending on which group you want to join up with. Call us on our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. I give that number out frequently, so write it down. The beautiful part about the toll-free number is that unlike a lot of toll-free numbers where they ask you to leave a message, if you want to speak to me direct, all you have to do is press number 1. So we can speak as human being to human being, which is quite human. Anyway, Bob Allison left some cookbooks that he accumulated over the years when he was on the air. And if you call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980, I'll be glad to send out a free cookbook of all the recipes, or most of the recipes, that people called in that were wonderful to share with other people. And guess what? It's free. We'll send you the book for free, a cookbook, and it's got all kinds of different recipes. All you have to do is pay the shipping charges. Likewise, Cruz Hearing. I am a candidate of his. In fact, I now have the privilege of being able to hear people as low or as loud as I want. He's got the hearing aids that you can adjust with just a push of a button, and you can make people's voices sound louder or lower, and also very reasonably priced type hearing aids. He's got some hearing aids that don't require batteries. They actually don't need replacement. And You know why a lot of people have difficulty hearing? Even if they've got decent hearing, they accumulate wax in your ears. And that wax like plugs up your ear. And most companies that do wax cleaning charge anywhere from $100 to $200 for cleaning the earwax. Not at Felix Cruz's places. He only charges $50. If you're interested in setting an appointment, he'll even pick you up if you're within 5 miles of his offices. One's in Farmington on Orchard Lake Road and 11 and a half. The other one is out in Waterford, Michigan, of course, and one in Taylor, Michigan, of course. And you can call it truly a family affair because Felix's son handles one of the offices. His wife is also involved. And Felix himself, is not only good enough to have his own practice, but he teaches at Wayne State University. And he'll give you a free testing and also a free trial, like a road test, if you wanted for a couple of weeks to see if hearing aids are for you. Wonderful, wonderful guy. Bob Allison was also one of the patients. So you're in good company. But all you got to do is call 888-489-8980. And I'll tell you another reason why you should call 888-489-8980. That's because I can connect you with a dynamic financial planner and also just a super nice guy who's involved with reverse mortgages and in real estate. He's got so much stuff like that, I don't have time to describe it. His name is Bernie Ashley. And hopefully Bernie Ashley is on the line. Hello, Bernie.
Hello.
Are you there? Yes, sir. Are you there? Can you hear me, Bernie?
I am here.
You're here. All right. And we're talking about hearing. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, Bernie, we talked in the past about different ways that people can get involved in reverse mortgages. And I'd like to talk about that after something else you mentioned to me on our last phone conversation. And there's some sort of a program you were telling me about that if you are selling your home to a family member, there are certain tax advantages. Can you talk about that, please?
Yes. Well, there's a couple advantages. Let me clarify. First of all, I am not a real estate attorney. I got 45 years in the real estate industry career, but I'm not an attorney. So this is not legal advice. But here, let me read this right off of the records. Under MCL 207-526, transfers of property to first-degree relatives by blood or affinity are exempt from state and county transfer taxes as long as the proper exemption language appears on the deed or instrument. That includes spouses, parent, child, including adopted, siblings, grandparents, or grandchild. So if you have a situation where you're purchasing or selling to one of those individuals, you will not have to pay that transfer tax, and that's a pretty good chunk of change. Now, there's a second exemption that comes along with property taxes. So under normal situations, once you become the owner of a home, your property taxes are kind of locked in. They can only escalate to a small degree every year as long as you live there. Now, normally what happens is if a new home buyer shows up, if they're not related, that tax is going to reset to normal levels. But under these circumstances, when you're dealing with these same people, they do not open that up. So that could be a big advantage. For instance, my home, I've been here since 1997 in mine, and the truth is the taxable value that I'm paying on is actually half of what I should be if it was reset. So, like I say, depending on the situation, that would be $2,500 that person would say on an annual basis. So it's pretty nice little exemption. Most people don't know about it, and again, it only applies to those relatives.
Now, shirt sleeve English, which now during the summer the sleeves are shorter, so I wanted to recap. The way I understand it is that if you sell your home to a fellow family member, you are saving on the tax situation. Is that correct?
Yeah. Like I say, in two ways, transfer tax and property tax.
And then the beautiful part about it, too, is that as far as the increase in the taxes, you have the advantage that is it locked in at that point of day of sale, or unless I misunderstood, you mind clarifying that?
Yeah. Okay, like I said, the day that you purchase a home, generally it's reset. But then if at the primary residence, I should add, if you're buying investment, none of this works. But on a primary residence, when a person declares their primary residence with that municipality, at that point, because of the Headley law that was passed 30-some years ago, the municipality can only increase your taxes to a certain limit that is kind of chimed in with inflation. So like in my case, in the last few years, our values have gone up extremely. And because of the lock, it's become quite an advantage to be a homeowner that's locked down. Now, if I was to sell this home to my son, for instance, or my father or my grandfather, all of those people I just read off earlier, at that point in time, that lock would stay intact and things would just continue to move on. So that would be a big advantage. Now, if the person that bought it only bought it a year or two earlier, there might not be much of an advantage there. But it just depends on the length of the time that the home has been in service under the original deed holder.
Right. So as we speak today, you're in good luck in being able to take advantage of that. And if anyone is interested, what phone number would you like to give out so people can get a hold of you direct? Go for it.
586-484-5058. That's 586-484-5058.
And as I mentioned earlier, you also are into reverse mortgages. Can you, in just a few minutes, give us a recap of the advantage of a reverse mortgage? Go for it.
Okay. Reverse mortgages, first of all, are only for people 62 and above. Actually, it would take me more than just a few minutes to tell you all the advantages of a reverse. They don't work for everybody, but in certain cases, they can be also a huge tax deferment tool. And it can be a source of income, like a second Social Security. That's a program we call tenure. It can also be a huge saving program because there is a line of credit involved that's actually increasing on an annual basis. No other line of credit in the banking industry does such a thing. But that's the short and sweet version.
Simply put, Bernie, I understand that if you're 62 or over, you're able to convert your home almost into a bank. Because the way I understand it, depending on how much equity you have in the home, usually it's around 80% of the value of the home. So if it's qualified, if you're 62 or over, you can actually get a lump sum of your own home in cash and maintain the ownership. So let's say it's $100,000, you could get $80,000 possibly, and the advantage is it can be taken in one lump sum, or you can draw on it for as long as you're around. And what's most exciting is that you will never lose your home, so that you're in case of inflation and everything else, you're secure to own your own home. And if you do unfortunately pass away, whatever value is left in that home can be passed on to your children or family connection. Is that a fair summary of the reverse mortgage? Yes or no?
Except for the 80%. Except for the 80%. First of all, there is no flat rate of equity. The equity depends on your age, and the younger you are, the less they're going to offer, because this is a balance that's going to escalate. So a young person is more likely, is going to eat up a lot more equity than an older person. So that range runs from about anywhere from 40% to 65%, depending on the age. With today's rates, that percentage also fluctuates with rates. So one time you would have been right, but with today's rates, that kind of dampers down what you're able to borrow.
Well, the truth of it is that it's worth to find out, if you call Bernie Ashley, whether you indeed can literally get cash out of your home, maintain your home, or use it as a bank at almost no interest rate at all. So what phone number do you again repeat if people want more information? 586, and the rest is?
586-484-5058. 586-484-5058. There will be no cost or obligation.
Hallelujah. All right. Right now we have to take a brief break, and we'll be right back. Don't go away. I got a few parting remarks I have to share with you. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment, independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity.
And staying in vertical position and being respected in a dignified way, frankly, is one of the biggest desires of almost every senior I've ever met. And I want to give you a great opportunity. You've heard of the Renaissance Festival? Well, it's on. And how would you like a couple of free tickets to the Renaissance Festival? The reason I'm offering a couple of free tickets, when each is valued at around $28 a piece, so that's $56 if you will enter a 50-50 drawing for our Rotary Club in West Bloomfield, where one of our esteemed members, Dr. Mackey, has devoted a good part of his life to go to Zambia to help those underprivileged people. And we try to raise money by way of different exercises. Right now, a 50-50 drawing, you can get a ticket for just $20, and you will get $56 of value of the 2 free tickets. So in other words, you're making money, and hopefully if you win in the 50-50 drawing, you'll make even more money. That's called smart thinking. Anyway, give me a call at 888-489-8980, and I'll be glad to give you all the information. Right now, I got to wrap it up with my favorite parting thought, which is, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with a bright side of aging.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is IKE ENGELBAUM, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other and achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, EntrepreneursNetworkofMichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters, healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment. Independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity.
And I want you to stay dignified. We also want to let you know that there are many times in life when you are told that if it sounds too good to be true, it's not true. Well, guess what? There are other times in life where if it sounds to be too good to be true, it indeed is true. What do you mean by that, Ike? Hey, I'm glad you asked that. I'm so impressed with two young entrepreneurs who have decided to make a difference for seniors and anybody that's out there wanting transportation at a reasonable rate. Daniel BRESSLER and Jack Cohen started a company whereby they charge affordable, decent prices, unlike a lot of the travel services out there where they, frankly, they're nice people, but they also want to make a nice big profit. Daniel BRESSLER and Jack Cohen have a company called Jack's Ride Services, and the wonderful thing about it is they started the company out of a personal need. You know, there's so many times in life where we see we could make a positive difference, but we don't do anything about it. Well, not for these two young guys, they had issues with their respective parents on how frustrated they were in trying to get them to the doctor's office, groceries, or houses of faith. And they said to themselves, selves, why don't we start a service where it's reasonable and also a compassionate type of way of helping seniors. And I'm so glad that they're able to call in, and as one of the partners is on the line, so whoever that partner is, introduce yourself and also how you got started. Go for it. Who's on the line now?
I'm
Jack
Cohen.
You're Jack Cohen. All right. And
I'm on
Jack
the line
Cohen,
too, Danny Bressler.
and Daniel Bressler is there too. Wow. All right. So let's start with you, Jack Cohen. Give us your background and what prompted you to start your company of Jack's Ride Service. Go for it.
Okay, well, my background is I grew up in the metropolitan area, around the West Bloomfield, around that area. I grew up around there, and basically what prompted me to do this was my mother. I took my mother to kidney dialysis around my work. No matter what it was, I made sure my mom got to kidney dialysis Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the mornings, and then I had to pick her up in the afternoons. And I love my mother so much, and I wanted to make sure she got there safely, and I picked her up from dialysis safely. So it prompted me because of my mother's kidney dialysis, and in the future for people to be able to have the access, especially medical needs, to be able to get where they need to get, to go where they need to go.
And go affordingly as well,
Most definitely affordably.
And Daniel, give us a thumbnail sketch of your background. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm retired. I own a bunch of rental properties, and I used to be a corporate lawyer. And my mother got sick. She had Parkinson's, and got to the point where she had to move in with me. And I was taking her back and forth to doctor's appointments, every other day, and it just got very hard because it's hard to find good transportation services that not only are not expensive, but that you can rely on, that are going to treat your mother with care and dignity. So, that's why we started this. And, we really try to help people, even if people don't have a lot of money, we make sure that, we work with them. It's, charge them something they can afford. We treat them very good. We pick them up at their door. We even go in with them to their doctor's appointments if they want us to, and sit with them. And we take them home and drop them off at the door, and then we'll notify loved ones that we dropped them off because they want to know that their parents got home, safely. So, when we found a lot of people have told us that it's very hard to find, good, reliable people that they trust with their parents.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm so excited to help promote you and what you're doing. Now, how long have you been doing this, Daniel?
Well, Jack's been doing it for a couple of years, and I started doing it with him about 4 or 5 months ago. And, we've just started really growing the business. We're growing it organically right now, but it's really taken off because there really is a real need for this. And, again, for most people, it's very expensive, this kind of service. So we're trying to make it affordable for everybody.
And Jack, what are your charges? How you price? How much do you charge for a ride?
Per
ride?
Yeah, it varies. Again, it all depends on how far,
Yeah.
how far they're going, how long we have to wait. There's a lot of factors that go into it. But again, we understand that most people are on a fixed budget, so we try to work with everybody. And we don't gouge them. And we've done some rides for free. People who just can't afford it, and they have no one else they can rely on, no family, no children. So, but again, if someone wants a ride, just give us a call. Our number is 248-885-6390, and we'll work with them, based on their budget and where they need to go.
So, can you honestly say that it's more reasonable than what's out there? Is that safe to say? Yes?
Oh yeah, we've had people tell us, that our prices are very fair and very reasonable. So.
Now, let me ask you, I'm really fascinated, Jack. You were telling me off the air that you actually will go in with the patient to visit with the doctor if the patient so desires to have someone else accompany them so they understand what they are told. Is that correct?
That is 100% correct. I want the person that I take, I want them to feel comfortable and be with them so they know they're not alone and I'm there and whatever their needs are.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were telling me you're heavily sort of involved with the healthcare field. Your father's a doctor, is that right? Right,
yeah.
Jack?
Yep. My dad was a well-respected, loved dermatologist at St. Joe's Hospital in Pontiac, which is now called Trinity. My dad was a dermatologist there for 54 years, and he was a very beautiful man. And if patients couldn't afford his services, my dad wrote it off.
Well, that's wonderful. So it runs in the family. And as far as your coverage, how far do you guys go?
We'll go anywhere. Someone calls us up and says they need a ride to Florida, we'll take them.
Yes.
Well, there's a huge market for snowbirds, I'll tell you that.
But we also do airport runs. We do everything, airport runs and everything. So, we'll pick up prescriptions for people, so we don't only take them to the doctor, we'll take them to go to dinner. They want to go shopping, whatever they need, we'll work with them.
And it's very reasonably priced. Well, I know that we had a fun time Saturday night. Jack and my wife and a few friends.
I loved it. I absolutely enjoyed
went to see an impersonator of Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley. We took pictures, and quite frankly, it was just a delight to be picked up and not to have to worry driving home in the dark, because Jack is a super driver, and it was so much fun to do that. And you might want to consider, if you want to go to a fun event and you want to bring a few people along, we can arrange for that as well. And what I'm most impressed with is the fact that, especially aside from taking someone to the doctor's office, you will actually go in with the patient, with their patient, be with them. And I have an idea that I'd be more than happy to promote with you, and that is that what I do when I go to my doctor, my wife is always concerned. What did the doctor say? What did the doctor say? What I've suggested is that when my wife can't make it, I pick up the phone while the doctor's in the same room, and he describes what my condition is, so my wife has the peace of mind of knowing that. And and I am sure you could offer that to any senior listening as well, whereby when you get into the doctor's office, once the doctor is visiting with them, that you could make it a conference call, so to speak. Is that right? I assume you could do that, right? Because I know you're very giving. And as you may know, I publish the American Senior Gazette newspaper, and we offer house calls on wheels, where we provide total in-home care. And one of the things that I am so pleased that I'm hoping to collaborate with you is that many foreign-speaking people have difficulty understanding the doctor's orders. So what we're going to try to do is have a nurse or a healthcare professional of the language that the patient speaks involved in the whole visit. I think that would be a phenomenal service, because I don't have to tell you, as a pharmacist, so many patients misunderstand doctors' orders or what they say because they got so much going on while they're visiting. And this would be a phenomenal way for people who are speaking a different language that they can communicate appropriately. And how many employees do you have?
Right now,
Jack?
we've got 3. We're in the process of hiring another person. So.
All right. So hopefully it's a family event. So it's a family affair. And I know there are people out there that may qualify to join your team, because I'm part of your team, whether you like it or not. All right, Jack? and it's been a delight to have you on the air. Right now, we're going to take a brief break, and we'll be right back. So don't you dare go away.
When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
And I cannot stress how important it is that you are able to hear. If I sound like I'm a broken record, I am not a broken record. I personally know how devastating it can be when you cannot hear important information that in many cases can mean life and death. And on a practical note, just in communicating with your spouse or significant other, if you can't hear what the other person is saying, you end up causing a lot of unnecessary problems. So why not have a free hearing test and actually test for free as to whether hearing aids are for you by calling Felix Cruz and I can arrange for an appointment. Just tell me when it's convenient for you, either in Farmington, Taylor, Michigan, and Waterford. We'll even pick you up within 5 miles of those office locations. But you got to call and do something about it. That's 489-8980. And as I mentioned, we try to promote human being to human being communication and networking. The Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan has been around now for almost 50 years. And we now, after all these years, have found a location that I feel is really very well situated in Farmington Hills at the Scramblers Restaurant at 12 Mile and Orchard Lake Road. They've got a phenomenal menu, and we meet now from 8 a.m. to 9:30 every other Thursday morning. You get a chance to introduce yourself and also a chance to network with people that can help you build right from scratch, build a business, and also help in your personal life. So mark down on your calendar August the 14th, which is Thursday, August 14th and August 21st. And August, we're having a week-to-week meeting. Normally, we alternate Thursdays. But in August, we're going to do one after the other, 8 a.m. to 9:30. We're going to meet in a nice private room, only holds 20 people, so you get to know each other. And we actually use it as a fundraiser as well, so that you have a chance to really meet and get to know each other. You know, in entrepreneurship, it's very simple as far as the strategy. It's called the KLT formula. K stands for you got to know, like, and trust people. So the first thing to get to know them is to come to one of our breakfast meetings on alternate Thursdays at Scramblers from 8 a.m. to 9:30. And they're very reasonably priced. And also, we use it as a fundraiser to help veterans get into business. So you're serving the people that have serviced us to stay alive, and at the same time building your own business. If you'd like more information, please call 888-489-8980. And at our breakfast, we have a door prize drawing of a free breakfast. Yep, you can actually have free meal, free networking, and also an opportunity to enjoy yourself. We pride ourselves on having fun type meetings. And I was moved a while back by a poem that I'd like to share with you, and I'll be glad to send you a copy if you see in the poem as to what I have gathered in the poem. It's titled, "Today is the Worst Day of My Life." And it reads, "Today was the absolute worst day ever. And don't try to convince me that there's something good in every day. Because when you take a closer look, this world is a pretty evil place. Even if some goodness does shine through once in a while, satisfaction and happiness don't last. And it's not true that it's all in the mind and heart, because true happiness can be obtained only if one's surroundings are good. It's not true that good exists. I'm sure you can agree that the reality creates my attitude. It's all beyond my control, and you'll never in a million years hear me say that today was a good day." Now that poem that was read from top to bottom. Now, from bottom to top. Today was a good day. And you'll never in a million years hear me say that it's all beyond my control. My attitude creates the reality. I'm sure you can agree that it's not true that good exists, only if one's surroundings are good. True happiness can be obtained because it's all in the mind and heart. And it's not true that satisfaction and happiness don't last. Some goodness does shine through once in a while, even if this world is a pretty evil place. Because when you take a closer look, there's something good in every day. And don't try to convince me that today was the absolute worst day ever. If that doesn't touch your heartstrings, there ain't nothing that's going to touch them. If you'd like a free copy of that poem, I read it almost every other day, from top to bottom and bottom to top. You might want to do the same thing. It's an inspiration. And by the way, as an entrepreneur, you have to find ways to be inspired and surround yourself by positive-minded people. That's why I'm a proud member of the Optimist Club and the Rotary Club. I'm in West Bloomfield, so we meet out here. But any part of the world, in fact, there's a Rotary or an Optimist Club or both in that area. They have over 1.2 million members in each club. And each club has different missions they're on. For example, if you join up with the Rotary Club in our area, we participate in Meals on Wheels. We also help people without furniture and getting started, or unfortunately have had a disaster, and provide them with free furniture. We also get involved at Christmas time to give Christmas gifts to young kids, and then we deliver food to needy families on Thanksgiving Day. And that's just a couple of the highlights. I am really excited about also being involved on a new mission for our club anyway. An organization is called Music Mending Minds. Music Mending Minds. How the power of music can mend minds even as serious as Alzheimer's. I hope to have the principal on the show on my next visit. And it's really something special. Christine Reisman, who's a psychologist, started it after she found the success with her husband treating Alzheimer's. It's fantastic what they can do. Unfortunately, I have to leave this segment today, and I don't want to leave without my favorite parting thought, which is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.